protection's gone, so you can be a good slave for him. And so that's why. I mean, Joe Rogan wanted to bring that up. He knew all about it. We didn't even blame anybody. We just showed mainstream news articles. They couldn't stand that. And so they blocked it, and still it was the top podcast of all time, which, again, shows this hunger. But the point is, this censorship's happening now. You have to spread the links. You have to point out it's being blocked, and you have to buy products, not just from me, but other people that are doing their own thing. I mean, Joe Rogan, I know he didn't tell me this. I learned from other sources, and I talked to him about it. He said, yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. He got threatened about 5 years ago. And he got threatened really serious, and him and his family, if he didn't stop getting into conspiracies, because they knew how popular he was. They had him do some TV show that made fun of it all and the rest of it. Not say he was a sellout, but it was a process when that show was starting. He wasn't even aware of what was happening to him at the time. But I talked to folks that were there. And I'll just say this. Joe disagrees, he can say it, but he knows this is true. And so that's why I was on the show, and he was like finishing my sentences. Joe knows as much of this as I do. Joe, I'm not kissing his ass. He really knows. He's a smart guy. He's a tough guy. He's a father. He grew up, in Boston. He was a national Taekwondo champion, full contact. He's just he would have been a champion when he was younger. They had MMA. He's a smart guy. He's a real man. And then he learned about all this. He talked about it, and they dropped by and they said, you want what you're doing, your family, shut your mouth. And he's kind of mentioned to me some of the threats and stuff. But the point is that that's how Joe could sit there and, like, you watch that thing. I mean, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm sick of being on air. And I'm drinking some whiskey and everything. And I was already like, I don't really smoke pot because I don't like it. It makes me paranoid. But it was already stoned in the room. They're like, it's kind of a rite of passage to do it. And I smoked pot. I'd tell people. You know me back when I was a teenager. I was a big pot guy.
Never. Yeah. I'd swear I don't think I've ever seen you smoking.
What do I like? Let's just admit, what do I like?
Women.
But other than that.
Other than that, alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol. But the thing is, I'm being honest. It's like, oh, my God, you're this pothead. No. But Joe always has the best medical stuff. They have like sativa and what's the other one?
Indica.
And he has like joints that are like $500. So he only smokes the stuff that actually makes someone. Joe, I'll smoke it.
That's like a 1942 Chateau.
Yeah, because like 10 years ago, I smoked some with him at dinner at like a steakhouse. And I was like, whoa, I ate the steak, drank wine. I was like, this is incredible. So I don't like drugs because, I'm already upset about what's happening. I want something to lower my consciousness. Stuff that heightens it makes me really get freaked out. But the pot Joe gets, because he's like me, admits he gets paranoid, is like so, what's the term? Just like micro. It's so crafted. It's so...
so well genetically designed?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so dialed in that then I would smoke that if it was legal in Texas. But I got kids, family. I don't even speed anymore, like down the road because of the position I'm in. Plus, the safety issues. But not enough about me to ask the question. It's just that I went on there, and so I won't smoke pot in private, but because I'm for decriminalization, I'm the group of people in prison for it. I disagree with, his Attorney General pick on that. He's a great guy, but he's wrong on that. Sessions. I was like, yeah, I'll smoke it here so that when I get accused of things, I can explain, hey, he's got amazing weed and has a lot of medical uses. And when I see Joe, usually once a year he comes to have comedy, it's kind of a tradition we smoke pot. So, there's like this Belly of the Beast documentary online and music video where you try to get me to smoke pot and I won't smoke it. And I say that shit makes me paranoid. Bleep that. We're going to air this tomorrow. But that's it. It's like I can't be this fake, I can't sit there and like say, yeah, I've used other illegal drugs. I hated them. I absolutely hated them. I haven't had tobacco in other than like one cigar in like 6 years. I finally kicked that. Alcohol's my big 800-pound gorilla, man. That's people say all the time, you must be on cocaine. You're so excited. No, I know. And I talk to former heads of like, in defense agencies and CIA chiefs and generals and former heads of Homeland Security committees. And they're telling me I'm dead on. It's worse than I know. If that doesn't excite you and make you want to warn people, what does? I mean, if a big ass pit bulls are nice, but a bad one is chasing me, wanting to bite me, I'm going to be excited. You know what I mean? Even if I got home from work and I'm tired, one time this happened, this big-ass pit bull runs out trying to bite me. I was like jumping on top of a car real quick.
It's like psychic flight or fight syndrome.
Exactly. The people say, oh, he must be on cocaine or something. Huh. I've done cocaine a couple times in high school, and people said, oh, this is real cocaine in college. Try this. It was just as bad. And it felt like when I'd been in a car wreck or seen a car wreck or had my ass really kicked bad. Yeah, I was like wide awake, bzzz, like really scared, really freaked out. I guess people that aren't already awake, they want to feel like that. For me, it's not good. It's you know, you were in college, you were at parties. I would never do it. I'm like, whoa, keep that away from me. Because I'm naturally high, folks. I drink alcohol sometimes, and I've quit sometimes for months and one time a year because I can't handle the truth. I'll admit I punch out and dump a bottle of red wine on my brain because when asked about me, I said, it's not about me, but it's the experience fighting this. It's about being totally truthful with these questions. Ask me anything. God, I am answering everything. I hope Joe didn't get pissed at me because I was told by a bunch of his friends and people because he was really getting hardcore. He was studying this stuff like 10 hours a day. He's a UFC guy, big TV host, movie star. I mean, Joe's like a major icon. If he really wanted to be a leader, Chuck Norris, they threatened. I'm not going to get into that whole story, but Chuck Norris listens to us almost every day. You know, his son's a fan, been on the show. It's not bragging about Chuck Norris. It's that, you know, Chuck Norris is 70-something years old. He's got more kids with another wife, great lady. And they came and they basically, you know, I mean, it's, you know, I can't tell people. It's just that, you know, and I get it, but at a certain point, the guy that comes and threatens me next ain't leaving. You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm Mr. Big Badass. That's what I don't get. It's like, we got it. And I'm not saying Chuck Norris has rolled over. He's done a lot. But imagine all the other people, if Joe Rogan and Chuck Norris and all these people that have been threatened, you know, because, you know, Chuck Norris knows I've been threatened. And he knows the type of threats that have gone on. And then some of the stuff they've done to him is, you know, pretty bad. And it's all because they respect him and know he has cachet with the public, and they know the military's ready to follow him. And so, you know, Chuck, you've done a lot, but, you know, here's Chuck Norris's problem. Chuck Norris has, and same thing with Joe Rogan. They're both like Taekwondo champions. They both are so humble at a fundamental level, even though they know they're alpha males, that they get threatened and they kind of want to fight that, but they don't know how because it's like nebulous. And then, well, will the public listen to me? And I kind of want to be this grandstander. It doesn't matter, bro. I'm the same way. I mean, I'm not looking for trouble, but somebody's got to stand up. Somebody's got to say, like they got that Homeland thing, making fun of me. You want to fight, that's what they hate. I don't know how this is going to end. Well, we should probably cue up them making fun of me on Homeland. But I mean, if you really want to fight, I mean, you really want to keep doing this, you really think you've beaten humanity, you really want to fight, you better believe you got one. That's all I'm saying is, I don't know how this is going to end, but if you want a fight, if you want to shove wills up against each other, just so you can go screw kids and kill women and be an asshole, then I'm ready to destroy you. Understand that? I want to destroy you. Yes, it's true, globalist. I want to kill you. But not because I want to piss on your grave and be bigger than you. I want you to get off the kids and get off the women and not stop all your crap and your gang raping and all your wimpy stuff. I want you to feel an alpha male, drive his fist in your face till my arm breaks off. Just because you need that. You need to fall low. You need to feel what that's like. People like Chuck Norris think humanity's too fallen to listen. And all the rest, all the other big names. I mean, I've talked to most of them, and it's not like some pissing contest that, oh, I talk to famous people. I talk to them. You think it makes me feel good? They'd like all these big names, all these big men, and guys I've been around, I feel their spirit. They're strong right next to me, stronger than me, and they just don't have the initiative to get in the arena with these people because they don't quite know how to do it. Like there was a set arena and referees, and like they felt like it was the law. See, they're so godly, they don't want to go wild. See, I'm evil. Not in a bad way. I know God and I love God, but I am twisted enough and enough of an outlaw and a rebel that I won't sit here and wait for directives. I won't sit here and bow down to this, and I don't care what you do. I'm not a child molester, and I'm not a rapist, and I'm not somebody that feeds on little people. In fact, I want to kill you, and you understand that I want to destroy you. You want to rape little kids? I want to break your jaw off and grab it with my hands and rip the mandible off your head. I want to bash your brains out. I want to bring you low. I'm your worst nightmare, and you know it. And I'm looking for people that have that same spirit to crush the enemy. I'm ready for whatever you do to me because I don't rape children. I don't hurt innocent people. I don't bomb civilians. I don't serve Satan. Go to the next question.
The next question is by Bucks 2001. It says, Mr. Jones, in 2015, you scored bombshell interviews with Donald Trump and Matt Drudge. Can you reveal how you landed those interviews? And also, do you plan to interview either Trump or Drudge in 2017? How'd you score?
What was the first person?
How did you score the interviews with Drudge and Trump?
They both came to me.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's not about who I am. It's not that. Anybody that's tuned in knows this is a zeitgeist. And I don't say that on some power trip. It's actually, we have squandered this, Buckley. We have not done what we're supposed to do. I feel like I'm a failure. They came to us, and it's just like they have this article, as I said in one speech, I'm sorry I missed Trump's call. I know the numbers. I know when he calls. He calls like 3 times in a row. I was on air. He gets confused. He called me, and I missed the calls, and I just feel guilty because who knows what it was about. And I know Trump doesn't, and I'll tell the enemy this, because they know Trump knows it's true. They need to know this. Trump just wants to connect with a spirit that is good. He needs that energy. He's the opposite of a vampire. He needed to go to that rally. This isn't talk, folks. This is what it is. He needs to talk to people. He needs me. He needs his wife. He needs that. And that's why the enemy's coming against that. They make jokes about it. It doesn't matter. And he's surrounded by all these people. He brings them in and he goes, I have all the economists. We've totally screwed America over. How did we do this? Let's just give America a little money. And they say, no, America's not allowed to have anything. And then Trump comes out and says, all we're doing is turning the coal power plants on. Europe doesn't do it. We don't do it. They're clean. This is why our power prices are high. It's why he's calling people. And they go, sir, the power's 3 times cheaper in India and Mexico and China. We can't go there. And he goes, I'll fix that. He goes, I promise. He's on the phone with the CEOs. And he tells them, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. He's out there. He's like, he doesn't even, he knows bad people, but he's so innocent. It's like Trump's really innocent. I don't mean that condescendingly. He just can't believe. He's like, Goldman Sachs, I'll get you even more money. Just get off their back. And it's sophisticated. And that's why they hate the fact that Trump every night for hours goes around. He listens to like Rush Limbaugh and me, and he goes to Drudge, and he goes to Breitbart, obviously. And then Previs and them go, sir, sleep, because they can't. They're a bunch of lazy people. They can't stand what they're doing. And then he's there. It doesn't matter. Trump already knows where his audience was. We're not trying to get Trump. Trump is just a focal point of someone that's not a pedophile, who's not out to get you. And then you've got all these sellouts and all these scumbags and all this filth that just think that we're there. And imagine a scumbag looking at a family out of their little creeper van, metaphysically, and they hate the dad, they hate the mom, they hate the happy kids hopping up and down because they don't have that. And they want to get you out of the way and metaphysically take their time with your kids, which the public schools do. And if a public school teacher comes out and admits she supported Trump, they fire her, like today. And if we would support Trump, they kick us off, and we lose $5 million yesterday. And they just sit there and laugh at us like they're ruling over us, and like they, and bankrupting Russia and Europe and making the middle class poor. But let me tell you, Japanese aren't perfect. They're tired of this. They want prosperity. They've been doing what the U.S. says. They're ready for prosperity. The Chinese want it too. I'm not against anybody what color they are. They have to resonate with the truth and understand this isn't talk, people. You think I told you before the election they're going to round up pedophiles nationwide? They're going to start in California and Pennsylvania, and it happened, and now they've arrested thousands? You think I'm playing freaking games? You think I talked to the Easter Bunny, baby? This is real, okay? This isn't a game. There's a reason we're doing this, because there aren't many people that can handle the level of satanic attack that happens when you do this stuff, okay? It just rolls right off me. Everybody else around me gets burned alive by it. And I'm not bragging. The point is, I am made to go after these people. I know who they are. I know who they serve, and we're going to get them. But if you will simply activate and take action, there are men and women who have black skin and brown skin and red skin and white skin. Don't give me some political, oh, red skin. Oh, my God, I love it when I got red skin. I'm a red skin, more red skin than you are. Ain't many Comanches walking around nowadays. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, is that I want to defeat these people. And you have to believe you're real. You have to believe I'm real. And you have to take that action and ask God for the directives to defeat these people. There are men and women across this world in Africa, and in Eurasia and in North America and in South America and in Central America and in the islands of the Pacific and in Australia. They have the force and the will and the commitment for human destiny. But you have to stand for what's true and be ridiculed and be laughed at. And once you've done it a few times,